Bagoosh. All the blue spark froze, be it Giant Swing, be it Tijuana Twister, Instant Shining Wizard, these blue sparks, if these counter hit, it's not a 15 frame break window, it's a 7 frame break window. 7 frames. They are now unbreakable unless you know he's going to do it and you mash into it. What's up guys, TheMainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always. I'm now gonna continue my video series called How This Character Breaks Tekken 8, where I talk about the S tiers of a game that will hopefully be nerfed quite soon. I expect in maybe start of season 2 we get a huge balance patch. I expect some low tiers to get buffed, you know, like Devil Jin, Asuka, Raven. And I expect characters like King to get nerfs, and like this guy here who's top 1, Dragunov. Well, maybe it could be Yoshi, who knows. But in this video I want to talk about King and what makes him so insanely strong. Oh, I do want to say I'm going to do my How to Beat series soon. So you'll see a video on how to beat King, how to beat Dragunov, etc. So that's coming up. I get questions regarding that a lot. But so in this video, what makes King so insanely fucking strong? There's definitely a case for him being top 5. Mostly it's about his throws and his counter hit utility, which is also linked to his throws. First off, like when you launch someone in this game, you'll notice there's a lot of recoverable health, right? This means that combos took a huge nerf in this game. They really did. We don't talk about it a lot, but they did. Combos are just not worth as much as they were in Tekken 7. Because in Tekken 7, you always did permanent damage with combos. But now, if Dragunov... is he coming? This just looks wrong. But if Dragunov gets... I can't look at this anymore. My innocence is being taken from me. But if Dragunov gets up to his feet here, pops heat, he can actually recover half the damage I just dealt to him. This is not insignificant. That's a big nerf to combos. But King is incentivized to go for throws. The thing is, King didn't have a lot of identity, in my opinion, in Tekken 7. He's a bit OP now, but I still love what they did to him. In Tekken 7, he played like every other character. Back one, this was a counter hit launcher. He just fell back all the time. Tried to launch, counter hit launch with back one, counter hit launch with this, or get a counter hit with this. Everyone played counter hit and poking in that game. But in this game, due to the nerf to that counter hit, and due to what they did to combos, and now you're about to see what they did to throws. Throws do permanent damage. You might think, oh, but that's not a big deal. It's a huge fucking deal. Now it doesn't matter if Dragunov stands up and pops his heat. He'll never recover that health. And King's throws do a fuck ton of damage. Like, if you don't tech this... Oh my god? You don't know this break? Oh, that's 100 permanent damage. This already incentivizes throws a lot. And then we're gonna get into, you know, the... Thank God they removed the homing on throws, but the counter hit effect is still there, that if you press into a throw, there's now a 15 frame break window instead of 20. That's only a 5 frame difference, but this is huge. That makes it so much harder to break throws. And throws are already hard to break, especially when you go up against a really strong King, you know, who does a blue spark shining or runs into a blue spark giant swing, which is very technical. Like, you can only guess here, right? Or he waves in and applies a chain throw, and this is a true 50-50. There's no difference between these startups. But it doesn't stop here in how strong these throws are. You just saw the counter hit utility of a throw, 15 frames. Now for the part a lot of people don't know. You saw this blue spark, giant swing, 10 frame startup. All the blue spark throws, be it giant swing, be it Tijuana Twister, be it instant shining wizard, these blue sparks, if these counter hit, it's not a 15 frame break window, it's a 7 frame break window. 7 frames. They are now unbreakable unless you know he's going to do it and you mash into it. So that's why this is one of the reasons why King is the strongest counter character in the game. It's because he's always threatening you with a 10 frame startup throw, but does 70 damage if he has a wall behind his back, right? And if you press into that, you're gone because you can't break it on reaction. You simply can't at 7 frames. So the only way to deal with this is, I know you're gonna giant swing, so I'm mashing the 1 button, oh my god! But what if he did the Blue Spark T1 at Twister? Oh, yeah, goodbye. Goodbye, my sweet child. This is one of the reasons why his counter utility is so dumb in this game. This move. This is one of the best moves in the game, and quite shocking, frankly, that he still has this when this type of counter hit move, like 13 frame mid startup counter hit launcher, they sort of removed all of this. Stuff like this wasn't too uncommon in Tekken 7, but they removed a lot of counter hit launchers, like 15 frames, 14 frames. Claudio and Kazuya still have 14 frame down for 2 counter hit mid launchers. King, though, has a 13 frame one, right? That is safe on block. You'll note that if I do down for 2 like this, I'm -6. What great King players do, like the John, for example, or Lil Majin, the People's Champ, is that they'll press down for 2, and then they'll see if you're doing anything, and if they see you commit to an animation, they'll add the 1. This is called a Twitch confirm. And this is very reliable actually with King, because he's allowed to wait quite a while here on the down for 2. He's allowed to wait quite a bit and confirm that and then take a launch, right? If you do the right combo here, it really hurts. Unfortunately, I'm just a goddamn old scroob. I just wanna do it once so everyone can see I'm the best King in the world. Blue Spark, 76 damage from a 13 frame mid counter hit, right? 13 frame startup. And of course, if they don't see you twitching, they'll just stop here. This complements King's already strong poking with like 2-1, 1-2-1. Down for 1 is very strong. Can add a hit. So he'll just check you like this. Can at any point in time throw a Blue Spark 10 frame giant swing. And can check with this down for 2. And if you twitch, he'll confirm that into a 76 damage launch. And then we complement his counter hit utility with forward neutral 2. Note that this move is not as OP and obscene as the stuff we've just seen. It's a little bit unwarranted, the, you know, people being so unbelievably annoyed with this attack. It is true here, but it is very strong. It is S tier. That's a lot of damage. And again, as it converts into a throw and not a combo, again, we're looking at permanent damage. And it's only -13 on block, as you can see. And it's quite evasive. And it's got a ton of reach. The big weakness this move has is that it's very steppable to both sides. But then King can run in and do this. And King now has a wave dash, which makes all of his stuff realign. So just wave dashing into 4 is actually pretty good. 20 damage. If this is blocked, it's like, what, -5? Yeah. And of course, this makes any throw realign, right? And then we have another thing I want to discuss that is super dumb, is muscle armor. Again, I like this though. This is more identity. King doesn't do counter hit well, he does still counter hit launchers, but not as much as Tekken 7. Now they want you to throw more. Great, he's a wrestler. I like that. You didn't really need to throw with him in Tekken 7, in Tekken 8 you do. I appreciate that. And then they removed the backdash. It didn't have amazing movement in Tekken 7. Armor King was always the king with the movement into whiff punish. But here, like, he doesn't have a backdash. So instead they want you to use Jaguar step, which is character unique movement, which I like. But then you have muscle armor. Muscle armor is insanely strong. Like any power crush, this is beaten by a low or a throw. If you know he's gonna do it. But again, like if you fuck up, you do your normal buttons into this, you're gonna eat this, and it's heat engager, it's 35 damage, and then he has the advantage on your ass, right? Again, it says plus 30. Do you see it says plus 35? Those are interesting frames. Makes me think of Tekken 1, you know, when his down forward 1 is plus 93 on block. How I wish that would come back, you know. That down forward 1, but on hit is plus 6. On hit plus 6, but on block plus 93. I think that makes sense. An interesting thing about muscle armor is that it's safe. Why is this safe on block? So that when the king fucks up, he's like, oh, he misses it. Oh, I'm still safe. And it's a mid. That's fascinating to me. Like, I don't know why this is safe. I feel like if you fuck up, this should be at least minus 10 and I get a jab string. But so king players can just woohoo! Like, go to town with this stuff. It reminds you a little bit of what Gigas could do with his armor. There we go. So yeah, you can do stuff like this, which you'll see the John do a lot in tournaments. Depending on when you absorb an attack, you get a full launch. This is kind of OP in my opinion. So yeah, muscle armor, extremely strong. An interesting detail here is that if I land a blue spark throw, I get a lot of heat back. You saw that, right? You get a lot of heat back. So here you have a really dumb heat smash that does 1,000,000 damage and is super hard to step and has a ton of reach. This will also floor break into a full combo, well, death combo. It also hits grounded. King's Shining Wizard combo ender gives super dumb Oki. Unbelievably dumb Oki. Well, that will hit down forward 4 if they do anything for additional damage. If he's in heat, you can do this. This heat smash. If they stay on the ground or do anything except for quick stand, it hits grounded, right? To beat it, they have to quick stand, but then it connects on block and they take chip and you get this mix up, right? Or can they toe kick this mix up? I think maybe you can toe kick it, but then King can of course reset the situation by low parrying into a Shining Wizard and he resets the situation. And then of course Jaguar sprint is the most annoying thing in the world. He runs in with armor, right? And you take a mix up. He'll either do a mid, they're all safe of course, for 1,000,000 damage. Or he will do the RKO. And that leads to a guaranteed heat smash on the ground or an Ali kick. So let's see, we do this. That's guaranteed. The problem with this is that this is a 23 frame startup, the RKO, and it's got a very exaggerated throw sequence there. So he keeps his hands not narrow as most throws, but he keeps them all the way out here. This is to make the animation more obvious and at 23 frames. This is an unbreakable throw, so they want to give you a chance to react to this. Top players in an offline environment can react to this. Not all of them, you need very fast reflexes, but many of them can do this. The problem is most of us play online, and to be honest, 99.99999% of Tekken matches are played online. That's just a fact of life. And when we play online, we're happy if we have like a 50 ms delay. 50 ms delay. This translates to 3 frames already of delay. 3 frames. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but it really adds up. If you're playing at 100 ms, you're looking at 6 frames of delay. And this is in a game where, you know, an attack can be -10 and you gotta punish. -10, right? Jab punishable, and you have 6 frames of delay. What I'm trying to say with this is that when you play this game, you're playing online, and online, you are not gonna react to the RKO. So online, King's mix-up here with mid, is it mid or RKO? becomes downright toxic in my opinion. This game was clearly balanced for competitive offline environment, but this mix-up online is just total cancer. There's just not a whole lot you can do about that. You're not gonna react to this on most connections, and you're going to take this, and it feels awful. So that's also one of the reasons why I think King is really strong. That mix-up online is just it's fucking awful to be on the receiving end of it. Another interesting counter hit utility is his shove. This one. You'll see here, this is neutral. You see that? This is neutral on guard. On hit +7, and on counter hit, of course, we get a free 4-2-1. Let's say I'm in heat. We launch, right? Into combo. So shove adds to his counter hit utility. He has very strong power crushes. Oh, they nerf a pushback on this one. But both of these are strong in my opinion. Strong counter hits. And King's Oki in general is pretty stupid. Basically any chain throw or most of his throws in general will lead to disgusting Oki situations. Where he gets up like this and and it's up to you to pick your wake up option, but most of the time you just get fucked. The wave dash was a really nice buff to King because now he just adds tracking to pretty much anything he does. Very good. But I feel like this was a nice coverage of Mr. King. The really dumb stuff is the countered property, especially on blue spark throws. How strong throws are in general in Tekken 8. Down for a 2-1 Twitch confirm. Muscle armor is dumb as fuck. Being able to wave into a 50-50 throw mix-up. Chain throws are very strong in general. The Oki he gets from chain throws and throws in general. Forward neutral 2 is a stupid strong low. You can't sidestep it, but it's still stupid strong. Heat smash, or this mix up is kind of toxic online. It's just kind of stupid. That's gonna be my little explanation on King and how he fucks you in Tekken 8. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you have a great day. Take care.